So isn't it nice that when you get asked on Monday morning, how was your weekend, you can actually say, I had a great weekend. This is what I did.
About to leave, already packing. Come with me, I'm not really asking. We'll get away to a place where we don't know.
After sitting at home all last weekend, we decided we had to get outside, and we thought might as well get out the Can-Am and come out here to Little Sahara Sand Dunes. We haven't been out here yet with the Can-Am and thought we'd give it a try.
It's too clean.
I know, I'm gonna go get it dirty. As you might be able to tell, it's pretty windy out here today, and it has been for the past few days, so the dunes have some really steep peaks to them. And me not being used to driving a side-by-side out of the sand dunes, they're a little bit scary to say the least, coming over the top of them. You never know what's on the other side. I think Kara likes playing in the sand more than riding the side-by-side in the sand. About halfway through the day, I'm just out riding solo because Kara wasn't feeling well. I don't know if she got a little bit car sick going, over all the dunes and all that, but then she said she was a little sick this morning, and I don't get it. Girls are just so much tougher than guys. If I'd been sick this morning, I would have said, yeah, we aren't going, but she, being the typical woman, was like, nope, I'm fine, and then we get out here and she's a little bit sick. So she's hanging out at the truck, and I'm just out here cruising. Out here on the north side of the sand dunes, and it's been great. There's some nice big bowls that I've been able to kind of just lean into and go around. This is the first time on this machine out here, so it's a little bit new. I think I do need to get some paddles on it. If you have paddles on your Can-Am or on your Razor or whatever and would recommend a set, comment down below. Let me know what you'd recommend, because these big horns, they're doing fine, but I do think a set of paddles would make a huge difference. I know they did on my Wildcat. I just don't even know what size to get or brand or whatever. There's just so many things. And when you're dropping like $1,000, you kind of want to get the right thing. Now I'm going to kind of work my way back to where Kara's at, back at the campground. I think she's going to work on some lunch. We brought some brats, so maybe she'll have that going. And hopefully she's feeling a little bit better. It's fun to come out here and rip, but it's so much better when the person you bring's there with you, instead of just sitting back at the trailer or waiting, and you're out here having fun without them and they're not feeling great. But you come all this way, so you kind of have to keep riding. So let's go check on her, see how she's doing.
we obviously need paddles.
Everything was going so well, and then I got us stuck. But what's coming out the sand dunes if you don't get everything covered in sand? Right, Kara?
Yeah.
And of course we had the camera out right at the time, so now our camera's full of sand too. So, you know how it goes. Well, was it worth it?
It was, yes, it was a very good idea to come out and just play in the sand today.
Yeah, even though Kara didn't feel the best, I wish she would have told me before we came out, but, you know, is what it is. And still worth it, right?
Yeah, it was still good to get out.
Way too often we sit around thinking, oh, we'll just sit for the weekend, watch Netflix, Hulu, those sort of things, and then you never really enjoy it, really. If you get that opportunity to get out there and do something, you should do it.
Go for it, definitely. Thanks guys for catching us today on Gent Junkies. We really appreciate the viewership, and enjoy your weekend.
Yeah, thank you.
Some people say, isn't it a lot of work to just go for the weekend? I say no, especially when I get to, you know, stand here and film Jesse and watch him do it all. Alright, so seriously, sometimes it can be a lot of work, but when you get into a routine and you're doing it all the time, it's not that hard.